The start to the season's really been amazing. We've got all our offense and defense working together. Um, our defense, especially, we're playing a lot better than we ever have in the past. We're getting 11 people to the ball. Everyone's fitting their gaps. Linebackers coming downhill. D-line getting pressure on the quarterback. Secondary sticking to their men like glue. So we're really working 11 players together as one, and we're getting it together.
Robert, Coach teased a little bit about you holding on to the ball, but clearly you've had at least 3 opportunities and you've had a couple interceptions this year. Talk about the drop against Central, but then talk about how you probably will never drop another. I mean, that was an incredible interception that you made last Saturday.
Thank you, I appreciate it. But like Coach said in his interview right before this, the ball is the program. We work ball drills every day. Not just offensive players work ball drills, the defensive players. We have that program period where we're catching balls, scooping and scoring, learning how to really possess the ball and to love holding on to the ball. And, getting that ball in your hand as a defensive player, there's no better feeling as it is.
What's it like going against a mobile quarterback like Maddie and what you're expecting to see this week?
Yeah, we've faced a few mobile quarterbacks this year in Georgia Southern and NIU. They provide a lot of challenges for defense. As they can use the running back as an extra blocker, so we have to be really locked into our run fits, play downhill, be able to sense the draws. Defensive line got to get off their blocks, make plays. Linebackers got to swarm, secondary swarm to the ball. 11 hats tackle the quarterback.
Coach talked about the Seattle GM came and chatted with you guys. They obviously have a great defense. So, kind of, what was your biggest takeaway?
One of our purpose threes was the Haugen of Boom, the Legion of Boom from Seattle. So we watched videos on them all week and heard, Sherman and Thomas, those guys, the secondary, how they play together and they play for each other. And that's what we're doing as a defense now.
Coach talked about a couple of years ago you guys were hunters and now you're the hunted. Do you notice a difference as a player when you're on the field that, the team's maybe a little more amped up for you?
As a player, I'm out there just focusing on what I got to do, getting my guys together, getting the defense together, worrying about ourselves. We don't really worry about the other team as much. We focus on what we have to do as a team, what we have to accomplish together. So we try not to focus on them. We just stick to what we're doing and try to dominate our own jobs.
Do you feel a little more pressure?
No, it's just the next game, One game season is truly how our program thinks, and we're moved past the 6 first games that we had, and we got Akron this week, and that's all we're focused on. No pressure. I mean, we're playing football. It's the game that we love and the game that we cherish. So.
Robert, you're a Chicagoland boy, and I'm bringing you back to that first game of the season, which if we don't get by the first game, we're not undefeated at this point. Talk about that last play of the game. I've read interviews where said it was surreal. I know you had a lot of family and friends there. Can you just, since we haven't seen you in an interview here yet, can you kind of relive that for us?
They were driving on us. We knew we had to come up with the big play. Our coaches, players, together, we were saying to everyone, get the ball out. We can't let them score. We can't even let them get a field goal. We need the ball. So the opportunity came. The quarterback was holding it a little lofty in his right inside hand. I noticed that, and Sam Beal came in from the outside, hit him low. The ball kind of came up a little bit, and that's when we had the opportunity to strip it. And luckily, it was a touchback, so we were able to scoot out of there.
What's it like, after a game when you're realizing the win? Coach says you guys have a moment of congratulations for each other and have a moment of celebration, and then it's to move on to the next, to the next season of the next opponent. But put us in the locker room with you guys, and what are the feelings that are coming out when you
come off that field with a victory? There's no better feeling in the world, and just that feeling of, we did this. We did it as a team. We were able to come out of this victorious. All that work we put in that week came out successful that week. So, we celebrate it in the locker room, and then as soon as we leave that locker room, it's not really on our minds anymore. Like, we go to bed that night, come back Sunday ready to work.
Robert, the linebacking core has 3 of the top 4 tacklers at this point in the season. And I know that Ed Pinkham's defense is kind of set up that way. But Caleb, Asante, you, and now Casey and Alex and others are really filling that void in that linebacking core. Can you talk about the three of you, first of all, and then the depth that those other guys are providing?
Well, I really think it starts with Coach Duggan. He's new to us this year, and he's added a lot of techniques in how we play linebacker. So, last year we weren't coming downhill. We weren't hard gapping. This year we're really physical, and we're coming downhill a lot faster. So it gives us more opportunities to dent the front, to build that brick wall at the line of scrimmage. And, guys like Grace and guys like Casey Carson, they're foaming at the mouth to get on the field. They want to play just as bad as we do. They work hard during practice. They're in there watching film every day. So, when they get their opportunities, they're ready for them. They're ready to make plays. And it's really refreshing to know that we have 5, 6, 7 linebackers that can come in, not just step up, but step in and make plays.
Coach said 6 wins means nothing in this program anymore. If you take a step back, how crazy is it that the self-proclaimed worst team in college football from a few years ago is at the point where 6 wins doesn't matter?
6 wins doesn't matter. I mean, that's the vision we had when we were recruited here. People didn't come here. I was getting recruited during the 1-11 season. We didn't come here thinking, oh, we're going to be an average football team. We came here knowing that we want to be elite. We want to be the best team in the MAC, the best team that we can be. And we didn't come here to be anything else. 8-5 wasn't good enough. 8-5 wasn't good enough. 6-0 is like our start that we needed. And on to Akron, 1-game season. So that's our next battle.